Okay then, in today's video, we're gonna go over everything that you need to know about BARBADGER. First, let's go over its typing. It is an Ice Brawl type Loomian, which means defensively, we are weak to Fire, Metal, Toxic, Mind, Spirit, and Brawler. Then we resist, Type plus Bug, and we quad resist Ice. And then offensively, we can hit Type plus Plants, Earth, Ice, Bug, Metal, and Air type Loomians, all for super effective stab damage. Next, let's go over BARBADGER's stats. We have 73 health, 93 energy, 150 melee attack, 101 melee defense, 42 range attack, 67 range defense, and 82 speed. So BARBADGER has a very good melee attack stat, 115. We've seen that before on stuff like Swolder, I'm pretty sure has 115, so I mean, hey, we'll gladly take that. The speed stat isn't exactly the best, like for an offensive Loomian, there's a lot faster offensive Loomians. However, BARBADGER can outspeed a majority of the tanks, which is pretty darn good when you're an offensive Loomian, so I mean, hey, that's pretty darn good. Its melee defense is pretty darn good, but its health and range defense aren't exactly anything too amazing. And also, BARBADGER's typing, it isn't very good defensively. We have so many weaknesses, and we only have 3 resistances, which is Type plus Bug and Ice. Ice is a fairly common offensive typing with things like Wintrix. However, Type plus and Bug don't really get used that much. So yeah, our defensive typing is very bad. However, what our typing is good against is being very good offensive, like very, very good offensively. We can hit so many typings, which is actually pretty darn good for BARBADGER's melee attack stat. And like I said, its speed isn't exactly like anything impressive, but we can outspeed a majority of the tanks that we want to really hit. For the abilities, BARBADGER has 2 normal abilities and 1 secret ability. The first ability is Dauntless, which is a brand new ability and you get from evolving a Cryo Cub with an Adorable ability. Like I said, it's a brand new ability, but what it does is it activates when BARBADGER enters the field. It will check the opponent's move to see if any of its 4 moves can hit it for super effective damage. If it can, BARBADGER will get a +1 melee attack increase, and if the opponent doesn't have any moves to hit us for super effective, then the ability will do nothing. The second ability is Communication. It just prevents you from taking damage from your teammates' spreads damage moves, like Earthquake and Tsunami. Nothing like super amazing, but in doubles, I mean, it's not terrible, although probably not his best ability. And then finally, the secret ability is Mysterious Cloak, which we have seen before on things like Metronet, and I think Tundrelin gets it as well, but basically it prevents all indirect damage, so you'll only be able to take damage from direct damaging moves like Earthquake, but things like Burn and Poison won't damage us. Next up, let's go over the learn set, starting with the level up moves. Cryo Cub gets Dawdle, Flurry, Burrow, Gnaw, Snowdozer, Chomp, Swipe, Tamp, Chili Chomp, and then Brawn Boost. And then we can evolve into BARBADGER. Once we get Brawn Boost, its evolution move is Rogue Assault. Then we get Mega Punch, Body Slam, and Ice Hammer. There was a brand new move in that learn set, which was the evolution move Rogue Assault. Its beta name was Reckless Clash, although I'm pretty bad when it comes to naming things, so I usually just leave it to T-Bredem, which he came with Rogue Assault. Also, the reason why Reckless Clash wasn't used specifically was because the term Reckless we use for basically recall moves in their description, so it could be a little bit confusing. But basically what this move is, it is going to be like the go-to brawler type move. It is a really strong brawler type move with 120 base power, with the downside being whenever you use it, your melee defense and your range defense will be decreased by 1 stage. And then for MMs, BARBADGER gets Dodge, Ill Will, and Frostbeam, and then for rally moves we have Brawn Boost and Clay Slap. Those are the only 2 rally moves I gave it. Clay Slap is pretty darn good. I mean, we have seen Himber before. Ice and Earth is very darn good, but Ice Brawler and Earth is even scarier, which is why I gave it Clay Slap on Earthquake, because I didn't want to give it like everything out of the gate. And also, I actually wasn't really too sure how good it would be with its Dauntless ability, which we'll get onto later. But yeah, I didn't really want to give it like that much, just to like see how it went off with first. And also for Brawn Boost, I gave it Brawn Boost, so basically, if you remove Brawn Boost from Cryo Cub, you don't have to like spend 20 combat points to get it to Len evolve it. You can just go ahead and give it to it via rally move, which does also mean you can just level up Cryo Cub basically early as like level 2. And with that being said, that is everything that you need to know about BARBADGER. But before we end off the video, let's go over a couple potential sets people might want to look into running. So, looking at BARBADGER stats, yeah, it has like, its defenses are pretty lackluster, but you can definitely go with like a more offensive with like 200 speed TPs, 200 melee tech TPs, give it like nimble brawny or very brawny, just have it hit as very hard as possible to try and just break through as many walls as possible, which if you're going to go this route, you probably want to go with the Dauntless ability, which is practically just like Boast and Premonition combined into one. It only activates if the opponent has a move that can hit you super effective, but oh wait, that actually goes really well with BARBADGER's typing, because Ice and Brawler, which I mentioned earlier, is really bad defensively. There is like, how many types is there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There are 6 types that can hit us for super effective damage, and a lot of them are fairly common, so it's basically guaranteed we're gonna get that +1 melee attack. So I mean, hey, that's pretty good. And then also, I guess there's the option of running a more melee defensive version with like Mysterious Cloak, so you can like avoid taking burn damage and poisons, or I guess you could also like use that set with Dauntless as well and run like a more bulky offensive Loomian. So yeah, I think BARBADGER will be fairly good. I mean, with that typing, defensively, it is pretty darn garbage. It has so many weaknesses, and it has like no resistances. Like I said, you only resist Type plus Bug and Quad resist Ice, which the only like common typing that I mentioned there was Ice. Type plus and Bug aren't like really thrown around that much, to be honest, so I mean, it's not really relevant. However, offensively, we can hit how many types for super effective? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 types for super effective stab damage. That's pretty darn strong. So yeah, defensively we are very bad, but offensively, Ice and Brawler is very good. And we also have Clay Slap, so like I said earlier, we already seen Himber's typing, Ice and Earth, a really good type combo. Ice Brawler and Earth is even scarier.